This is Cannington Bus Station. Cannington Bus Station was opened by the Transport Minister and Deputy Premier Rita Safiotti and Premier Roger Cook on the 12th of November 2023, along with a community event to give information about the Armadale Line Shutdown. Bus services started serving the station from first service on 20th of November 2023 with the start of the Armadale Line Shutdown. The station is a temporarily built bus station located about 300 meters to the west of the Cannington train station site, serving as the main hub for buses during this time, both local and train replacement routes, while Cannington train station has been closed off and demolished. Its location is much closer to the Cannington Carousel, allowing for easier access from any routes from Cannington, although the Carousel specific routes still do continue on from the station to the Carousel. There are 16 bus stands at the station, with 2 northbound roads and 1 southbound road, as well as 1 stand out on the main road to avoid the need for some routes to go into the station. As I said, the station serves all Cannington local bus routes and train replacement services. Let's go through all the stands and see what they serve. They've all got new bus stop numbers 28890, with the date being 20th of November. Stand 15, just a set down stand. Bus coming in right now. Followed by stand 14, which is a stadium special stand. Now, this has route 651 on it, which is a new stadium route from Armadale Station to Optus Stadium during events, acting as train replacement. Express, apparently, so no more stops, I guess. And then a mysterious 660, which wasn't listed anywhere, also express. Hopefully that's not just Cannington to Optus Stadium express, because that's so stupid. They could just count it as a short trip of 651, because every other stadium route, or almost all of them, do short trips. Now, because of this, route 661, the stadium service from the city, was withdrawn, and route 652 and 653 were rerouted to terminate on the opposite side of Matagara Bridge to allow for space for the very busy 651 services. Now, continuing down, we have stand 13, which is for 907, which is basically the main all stops train replacement service, even though it's just considered as a normal high frequency limited stops bus service to the Armadale Station direction, all stops being timed 35-minute trip. Continuing on, there's a nice sign here, and you can cross to other stands. And then we have stand 12 operating with 507, as one is departing right now, to Bull Creek Station, only that route. And then stand 11, 508, also to Bull Creek Station, as well as several school specials. And finally stand 10 for routes 206 and 208 to Murdoch Station via Thornlie Station for 206, which 206 on weekends has many short services operating only between Cannington and Thornlie stations, acting as extra train replacement. However, 206 is currently the only method to get from Cannington's bus station to Thornlie Station. Otherwise, you have to walk down to Albany Highway, where you can catch 9:30 or 2:30 during peak periods on weekdays. So that's the westernmost lane. Now let's look at the next lane over here. We have stand 9 for route 519 to Bull Creek. So these are all the Bull Creek routes, each having their own stand, which this one doesn't even operate on Sundays. So the stand is just empty on all other days, and it's literally hourly on weekdays too, except peak periods, so pretty bad. And then stand 8 for route 100 to Canning Bridge Station via Curtin University. That one is somewhat pretty frequent. Yeah. 2883. I mean 28883. There's probably 28888 somewhere. Yeah, so here's actually 28888, the 907 to Armadale one. Which there are some trips which come from school services continuing as 907 starting here, as well as the Friday only trips, and also one that starts from Comscott, which is so weird. And also we have both train transit officers and Wilson bus security here, because it's like 2 in 1 this station, so it's pretty funny. And then stand 7 is for 72 to Elizabeth Quay, as well as 177 to Elizabeth Quay. These are all local routes. And finally we have stand 6 all the way down the end for routes 34 to Perth Busport, quite a long one, and 201, the scarce one, to Curtin University Bus Station. And then here buses have to give way. Then there's a small staff car park there, but otherwise there's just lots of sand and temporary toilets in the middle, because obviously being a temporary bus station, even if it is for 18 months, they didn't go to too much effort to do anything, because it's just gonna have to be removed afterwards anyway. And they just put normal bus stop shelters everywhere. There's no extra shelters, but it's good enough. There's actually emergency points on a lot of them, just temporary ones. Everything's made to be more temporary, like this button here, and just normal council bins. 2 gas bus 907s. So 907, all train replacement routes were meant to be Volvos only, but I don't think they have enough buses for that, so maybe there's still going to be gases operating unless they make more transfers. Anyway, we can move over now, again across the crossing to the middle of the bus station where the temporary toilets are located, which are probably going to be here the whole time though, and you can use. And then there's a fence here, although we do have the whole bus route timetable, which is really big. Services operate from 5 AM to 3 AM on Fridays and Saturdays. Otherwise it's until like 1 AM. And the train map with Armadale line closed off, everything else shown, and the bus route map right here with all the routes over to Perth, Bull Creek, Murdoch, Canning Vale, Thornlie, High Wycombe, and the airport. Now Cannington Bus Station is actually the only bus station to have a ticket machine over here, only one, because basically it's meant to be the train station replacement, but it's away from the train station, so it's basically its own bus station now, which is pretty funny. This is just out in the open, and I don't really get the purpose, because you can just buy a ticket on the bus, but I guess it's to not hold them up, and apparently the card reader is already out of order, so that's pretty bad, because the only purpose would be that you can buy with card, because you can't do that on the bus, and now that's out of order, so what the hell. Yeah, so you can walk down here, all the toilet cubicles are here, although I don't want to go in there, they're probably pretty gross considering the temporary status of them. And finally, the southbound row here, which all buses have to loop through anyway if they're coming into the station from the north side, I mean. Over here we have stand 1 for route 908 to Victoria Park Station, which you can see 2199 over there doing it. Lots of stop shelters here all the way down, and then stand 2 is for 907 to Perth Busport. So these are both basically train replacement routes, but they're just classified as limited stops, high frequency routes. Then there is a bike shelter here as well, which is actually being used, surprisingly. And this is the pedestrian exit to the station right here. And there's a screen display here, and although it's turned off, there's also one at the other entrance where we started the video. Then we have stand 3 for routes 36 to Airport Central and 51 to Perth Busport, both new routes as part of the shutdown. I filmed both in part 1 of new bus routes, which I'll link you to. Stand 4 is for routes 202, 203, the Cannington Circulars, as well as 229 to just to the Carousel, and 280 just to the Carousel. Stand 5 is set down only for routes coming in from that side, which is mainly 908. And finally, stand 16 is out on the main road for all of the other local routes which go east. Over here, which are the same routes as from stand 4, 202, 203, 229 and 280, Cannington Circulars to Maddington and to High Wycombe, which is a good connection to the airport line, although it's too slow, so I wish they made a more express route. That would be used very well instead of taking turn placement buses, but no. But they should have done that from like Kelmscott or Gosnells or Maddington, not here. They did actually make 36 to the airport, but that doesn't save any time. I don't get the point of that one. So yeah, now that's stand 16 on the bus lane here on the newly reopened Cecil Avenue, which is ridiculously close to the previous normal stop, which is not part of the bus station, right there, which is serviced by all the routes which terminate at the bus station. So they stop there, then they literally go around the corner and terminate at the bus station, or stop at stand 16. So these are some of the closest stops in the Transperth network now, which that one lists so many routes, even though it's only one stop to Cannington Station, which you can see here. Now it's so funny because people actually wait at both stands, right there and right here, 2 stands in a row. See, now here's 2 buses, both going to Cannington Station. No one's going to use them. Here you can see Cannington Station, Cannington Station, Cannington Station for most of them. One stop, which is just around the corner, and you can see both of these buses about to do that and terminate right there. It's ridiculously close. These might even be the new most close bus stops. Maybe not, but like they come pretty close. And then the 4 which continue on, same as it stand 16, which people are actually waiting for here. And then the stop on the other side of the road. And also the next stop down is, yeah, you can see the sign bus left, all other ones straight. The next stop down is also really close to the bus station, so we're just going to walk there now down Cecil Avenue. I'll time lapse it and we'll walk to the train station, the old site of it. Now here there is a currently inactive traffic signal, which buses from the left just have to stop. It acts as a stop sign. There's a temporary one right there. It's really bad for all the routes which continue through here, like 280 to the Carousel or 907 over to Armadale. They all have to loop all the way through, come back out and back in. They really should have made an exit over there, which you can turn right from. Oh, that's good. It's terrible. Let's keep walking. Now there's some proper bins here. They should have put ones like this at the bus station. And here's already the next stop, but this one serves different routes, only 36, 51 and 201, which come out of the bus station, because all the other routes that I showed you before are already on the right lane, ready to turn right later on, even though the left lane is also now a right turn lane, but apparently they don't serve that stop, which is good, because otherwise they'd have 3 stops almost consecutively, considering the one before the station, then stand 16, and the one after the station. And here there's some seating and a drink fountain, which is not part of the bus station, but I do like that it's here. You can consider it as a facility to use here. Here is now 7 Oak Street. They have made 2 right turn lanes, the middle one being a bus only right turn lane, similar to the Welshpool Road Shepperton Road intersection, which they can use. This traffic light is still active, but the straight light has been completely shut off, obviously. And this is the site of the old Cannington train and bus station, which is now demolished. It will be rebuilt in the same place, and the bus station will be right underneath the tracks, while the station will have an island platform to accommodate for easy transfers, although maybe you'll also be able to transfer at Beckenham, so I don't really know how that'll go. So this is filmed on the 1st of December. Bus right here, 51, Perth City Busport via Orrong Road, 1688. And followed by 907 to Perth, Wellington Street, 1640. Anyway, yes, this is where the train station was, completely demolished, only less than 2 weeks into the shutdown. And yeah, Now, buses in the Transport app actually don't consider the new Cannington Bus Station as a separate bus station. The destos on them still just say Cannington Station, as you can see on that 907. Limited stops via Cannington Station, which is what all 907s say, which actually means Cannington Bus Station, but they just say as if the new bus station is just basically the replacement for, I mean, it is the replacement for the train station, but they just act like it's still what the train station was. And another one, Perth bound again, via Cannington Station, 1645. And here's a 202 finishing its circular route to the carousel, which I actually think it went the wrong way. I think the new route actually takes it round the back, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's only in the other direction. 2756, which, yeah, that's pretty silly. Now I'm going to give Cannington Bus Station a rating of 3 stars. It's pretty good considering how big it is, but still, like, even though it's temporary, 18 months of this, especially how ugly it is with this sand, and they need to put some trees there. 18 months, and the temporary toilets and all the temporary things and just bus stop shelters that they put up. Plus, it's not great pedestrian accessibility. There's literally only one zebra crossing through the middle, and you can't really access from anywhere else except the street here. So it's good. It does the job, but not very well. So, I mean, not as good as it could. So that's why only 3 stars for this bus station.